and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about something that's extremely important. Black Lives Matter. But we'll be talking about that in relation to mental health. Obviously my channel's a mental health page, so what did you expect? But anyways, the first thing, we're going to be talking about the misdiagnosis of black people in the healthcare system. You're probably wondering, oh, that doesn't really happen. It does happen, and I'll tell you why. Right, cool, listen. So, a black person will go into the NHS or any private health sector, and maybe they'll want some prescriptions for some drugs, or they'll want some therapy. Two things can happen. They can either get turned away, or they get given the incorrect drugs or a higher dosage of drugs. Now, imagine you went to the GP, you needed some antidepressants, but they see you as an aggressive person, they see you as quite boisterous, quite noisy. They'll then send you to a psychologist, and the psychologist might then just say, you need antipsychotics. They then put you on the antipsychotics, which then actually have an impact on your mental health, and you actually start to lose your mind. I know this sounds a bit crazy and people don't really know this happens, but it definitely does happen because I have experienced it myself. They'll give you antipsychotics and they'll tell you, this is going to make you feel much better. But you told them you're sad. So why are you giving me antipsychotics? Because I'm really boisterous, or I'm very angry, or I'm aggressive? But what about me seems aggressive, and what about me seems angry? I just said I was depressed, meaning I need antidepressants, you know, to cure the depression. So that can happen sometimes. Another thing that happens quite often is black people will say, I need help, I need help, I need help, when they go into the NHS or when they go to healthcare systems. And they always get told, it's fine, it's okay, it's gonna get better, it's fine, it's okay, it's gonna get better. They keep saying it's fine, it's okay, it's gonna get better, but haven't got any better. It's actually getting worse. There are so many black people dying. Like, you'd be surprised how many more black people have diabetes, or so many black people who have sickle cell or tuberculosis, on so many different diseases, but no one's helping you when you say you need help. I mean, if you help the people who needed help, there'd be a lower death rate. And to be fair, that helps the economy, you know, because that's what the government cares about the most. They care about the economy. So if they care so much about the economy, maybe they should try, I don't know, looking after their people, because black people are their people too. So we've just spoken about the misdiagnosis, and we've also spoken about the incorrect drugs. Let's talk a little bit more of the misdiagnosis, but let's talk about it in relation to mental health. So, previously I spoke about autism, and I told you how long it takes for a woman to be diagnosed with autism, just because we cope so much more and we have a higher resilience level, and it's called masking. We mask it so much that you don't even realize. But black people mask it even more, because we're taught that you've got to be strong. There's no such thing as having bad mental health. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. And that's good to some extent, because we have resilience built within us because we've been oppressed for so long. But then it's not good when you actually need help. So when you actually do need help and you go to the doctors and they then tell you, actually, no, everything's okay, everything's fine. And you know within yourself, actually, no, it's not okay. I'm not feeling good. I'm actually feeling quite depressed. I'm actually quite sad. Or maybe I'm having too much of an erratic mood. I don't know what's going on. Am I bipolar? Am I having a personality disorder? But then you go to the GP and they tell you, actually, no, it's nothing. So you mean you come all the way to the GP just for them to tell you, actually, no, it's nothing. You've come to the GP just to tell them I need help, but they've actually told you it's nothing. And I feel like that's what we need to be speaking about, because there are so many people who actually go for help, but they get turned away. Why? Because black people are fine and they never get sick, and actually no, their mental health is fine and they're resilient. Yeah, we are resilient, but sometimes we do crack. And of course we'd crack with things that's going on at the moment. I mean, who's happy at this point in time? Not me, I'm not happy. I mean, people are dying for absolutely no reason, for the colour of their skin. That's quite stressful. That would stress me out. Yeah, 100%. And if I went to the GP right now and I said, so I'm feeling quite depressed, I'd like him to turn around and tell me, oh, we have a solution for you. I wouldn't want him to tell me, oh, you'll get over it in a week. Get over it in a week. But if my white counterpart went to the GP and said, I'm feeling quite sad, here you are, have some fluoxetine. That's racist. Dare I say, that's very racist. Because why is it that one part of people are treated one way and the other part of people are treated another way? Like, I know there's loads of articles saying that, you know, black people have a higher tolerance, or a lower tolerance, should I say, to medication. So it basically means that we react a bit quicker to medication. Cool, I get that. So you give us a lower dosage. That's cool. But why don't you give us the dosage? Just give it to us. I mean, I'm not telling you to put us on 40 milligrams of fluoxetine or whatever, because it is good to just get therapy. But sometimes we don't even get the option of therapy. It's, oh, it's a really long queue and you've got to wait for a long time. But then your counterparts are getting therapy as soon as they ask for it. There are people who need help. That's unjust and it's unkind. Systematic racism will be the death of me. It will be the death of me, because it's so subtle. Like, you don't know it's happening, but it's happening. It happens every blessed day. 2, you go into a shop, you want a meal deal, a cheeky meal deal. I want to go into Tesco and get a cheeky meal deal. Surely that should be easy, right? That shouldn't be deep. It shouldn't even have an impact on my mental health, because all I want is prawn cocktail and naked juice and some nice chicken sandwich. Sorry, I'm getting excited about my chicken sandwich. But anyway, I'm going in there thinking I'm just going to get a meal deal. Now, let's think about this. I've gone into Tesco right now. I have one goal, my meal deal. But I feel someone's looking at me. I feel like I'm being watched. I go to the left of me, someone follows me to the left. I go to the right of me and someone's following me to the right. All I came into Tesco to do was get a cheeky meal deal. But now I feel like I'm going to rob the shop. I feel like I've done something wrong. But I ain't done nothing. I just came into the shop to get a cheeky meal deal. Now, think about that critically. What do you think that's going to do to your mental health? It's going to make you anxious. So, every time you want to go into a shop, you're thinking, I don't actually want to go inside because the security guard's going to follow me around like a crook. When the real crook is Donald Trump. But anyways, that's next. We don't have to talk about that, but I'm just being real. That is the crook. The crook is the government. But it's okay. We move. We actually do move. But anyway, as I was saying before I really interrupted myself, you go into a shop and you leave the shop feeling like a villain, but you went into the shop to spend money. Surely Tesco should love me because I'm a consumer, right? I'm putting in money to your system, but you're treating me like lesser than. Why? Because of my skin complexion, because of the melanin that you don't have. Interesting. That's sad. You sound quite pathetic, sorry to say. You will lose so much money, really, for making all of these black kids or black people feel lesser than. I mean, it doesn't just happen to kids, it happens to women too. When I go to the shops with my mum, we get followed around by the security guard all the time. We only came in to get some vegetables to make a banging salad, and now you've made me feel like a crook. You've made me feel like I'm not allowed to be in Tesco or Asda. It's disgusting, and I just cannot deal with that at all, really. And that's just the second point. It's how society treats us. Third point. I've already mentioned systematic racism, but let me tell you about it again, just one more time, just in case you didn't hear me. There's racism in almost every single thing we do. Whether it's bait, like Gucci having that, like, they had like this headmask thing and like the big lips, kind of like doing the whole blackface thing. There was that. Then there was H&M with the monkey top. When is it going to end? And that's not even subtle. That's so clear for us to see. And then they'll give us a stupid apology. I'm so sorry. We didn't actually mean to offend you. I'm offended. You said sorry, but I'm still offended. So what happens next? And we say we're going to boycott them. We say we're going to stop shopping there. But we actually need necessities. Not Gucci, because who's got money for Gucci? But I mean, H&M and other shops, like, those are some of our necessities. So we continue to shop there because we need clothes. But then when we go to shop there, the security guard will make us feel like we're a villain. So I'm trying to consume and I'm trying to be a normal human being, but you've made me feel like I'm a villain throughout my life consistently. But then I should hold my head high and I should be positive, even though you've made me feel like a crook for majority of my life. Systematic racism is disgusting. Okay, let's talk about the fourth point. Let's talk about killing people for no reason. Let's talk about that. Recently, as everyone knows, unless you've decided to have like a social media detox, but even if you did take a social media detox, it's all over the news. George Floyd, just in case you didn't know, let me say it again. George Floyd was killed for what? Exactly, he was killed for no reason. There was no reason for him to be killed. Okay, put that in your mind. Now, as a black person, to see this happening consistently over and over and over again, how do you think your mental health's gonna be? You think you're gonna be happy? You think you're gonna be smiling? No, that's sick. You're not gonna be smiling, you're not gonna be happy, you're gonna be sad. You're gonna be enraged, you're gonna be anxious. Because you're gonna think, wow, if I go outside of my house and I go to do something, is someone gonna hit me? Is someone gonna kill me? Is someone gonna do something to me unprovoked? You shouldn't really be feeling like that. You shouldn't have that on your back consistently. Oh my God, there's a target, someone's out to get me consistently. That's paranoia. And I've already spoke about schizophrenia in my last video. You don't want to get to that point, but it happens all the time. There are so many black people who are schizophrenic. Why? Because they're paranoid. They're paranoid that something bad's going to happen to them. And it happens all the time. Why wouldn't you be paranoid in the world that we live in? There's killing. There's shooting, which is also killing. There's systematic racism. There's oppression that we've had for decades and centuries. There's so much going on, but no one's talking about it. Everyone's eyes are closed. Why are the only people looking at this black people? Where are the white people? Where are the Asian people? Where are all these people that appropriate our culture? Where are the people who wear braids like their life depends on it? Where are the people who have tans and come to my skin and say, oh my God, I'm as dark as you? Where did you go? Because I remember you loving the black culture, but as soon as we are under attack, you disappear. Did you think posting just one post of a black picture saying Blackout Tuesday was going to fix everything? Because black people are still dying. Black people are still being oppressed. Black people's mental health is still on the decline because we're sad and we're disgusted on what's happening to us. Right. So how can you help? How can you help, you say? Well, one, maybe you should talk to your black friends. That could help. Talk to them and see how they're feeling. And listen. Listen. Don't assume, listen. For once in your life, listen. Use your privilege that you were given by God to help someone. You have privilege. You know you have privilege. My curtain knows we have privilege. We know you have privilege. So why don't you use it to help someone out? How do I help someone out? You're still asking. You don't have to riot. You don't even have to loot. You don't have to protest. It'd be lovely if you did, but you don't have to. There are petitions and you can also donate. You see how you buy your flimsy lashes and your flimsy makeup? You can also donate to, listen, to the charities, to the cause. I mean, you know how you want to be black so bad and you buy our hair and you buy our makeup and you even buy darker foundation. Why don't you spend the money that you spend there into the donations? That might just help. Because I know you want to be black. That's beautiful. Black is beautiful. Black is lovely. It's amazing. But why don't you... Did you hear that? Help. Oh yeah, why don't you help us? By donating, by signing petitions, by, you know, doing the best that you can, you know? And that's really what my message is today. Thank you so much for listening to this video. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. I will put down below all of the links for the petitions and everything. I just want to say black is beautiful and that Black Lives Matter. And everyone, if you need to get off social media, please do, because it's toxic. Anyways, bye guys.